So, hi guys. Yeah, I had to start a little bit later because I had some technical difficulties. So there's a little bit music in the background you can hear. Yeah, I don't think. Well, we can let it so like this. So, we have a lot to do today because we're gonna go through some historical facts, which Mike from Poland provides on his community tab. Okay, and then I'm gonna tell you some stories we had in the past with few folks, and at the end we're gonna talk about this guy who is attacking us constantly, right? And we're gonna go through a timeline and expose his lies, basically. Okay, so, and well, how are you, anybody? Everybody. So Fabian is here. Hi guys. Hi Fabian. Dennis is here. 11 people watching currently, so let's make this informative and let's debunk some wrong facts, right? Because wrong facts are not facts. So Alex Stone, Alex, I always say Alex. This is Axel. You're going too much on this guy's page, right? So I don't even go there. So the only information I have, what he's doing, is from you guys. People sending me all the time. He's doing this or that. So we're gonna go through this at the at a later point, okay? So now I want to go to someone else. Let's find him. There you go. Everybody always gets my name wrong. Yeah. So, let's go here. So we are at the web page or YouTube page from Michael, and so we are at his community tab. So we're gonna read a little bit what he has posted in the last few days or even weeks. Gamerstack, hi Gamerstack, and we're gonna look for the information. Some of this stuff we already had on our streams, right? So nevertheless, let's start with this, okay? So some people should talk less and actually focus on practicing doing JKD more. As Bruce said, the primary purpose of JKD is kicking, punching, and applying force. Okay, so, and then we have here, can I make this bigger? No, I can't, for some reason. Okay, so that's not actually Jeet Kune Do related. So here's some stuff from him. There you go. So the first one we actually had already on this stream. It's about Bruce Lee's Jeet Kune Do. So how Jeet Kune Do is not about adding new techniques or mixing styles with Jeet Kune Do. So for some reason this picture ain't getting big. Why doesn't that work? Let me choose a different browser. So let's try it this way. Can you hear me well, guys? Well, if we have to view this on a mobile phone, that's gonna be a problem here for the stream. I hope that's not the case. So let's try this with a different browser. Okay. So let's try. Well, if so let's go. So how's the music? So well, if it only works over the phone, then I'm gonna read it on the phone, but you can still see the picture here, so let's go try this. Yeah, that sucks. Okay, it sucks. So what is it here? No, it doesn't work. Okay, well then let's do this like this. So let's go to this one. Okay. I'm gonna take my phone, right? So what we can read here is from probably one of John Little's books. So YouTube has really to fix some things, especially when it comes to searching people and stuff. It's really terrible. So there you go. Okay. So on the mobile phone it's 100 times better. So what you can see there when you go with your phone on this is are the cores of JKD, right? So the one is simplicity. Okay, so we had that already, daily minimize instead of daily increase. And being wise in JKD doesn't mean adding more, it means to minimize. Okay, so that was one of Bruce Lee's quotes, which we have already covered here as sticking to the nucleus and liberating from the nucleus and returning to the original freedom. So this is like understanding of fighting. Before I studied martial arts, the kick was just a kick for me and punch was just a punch for me. And after, when I started to train, then suddenly kick and punch was not just a kick and punch for me. And then when I understood that, then kick and punch was for me just a kick and punch again. So what it basically means is when you don't train any martial arts, you think about punching and kicking like, well, this is just nothing special, you know, you kick, you punch. You don't know the basic mechanics behind. For you, it's just throwing a hand or throwing a leg. And then when you start to train, okay, then you see, oh, there's much more into this. So you have to maintain your mechanics. You have to know how to move your feet, how to move your body, how to move your hands, legs, kicking, punching, everything. Then when you have trained enough and you do this basically like automatically without thinking, then for you is punch is just a punch again and kick is just a kick again. So that's what it basically means. It's no big deal behind that, okay? So so what does he have? This one is interesting. So like boxing and fencing, Jeet Kune Do is a step-by-step project in which each maneuver must be repeated many times. That's that's how human brain works. So you have to repeat the same maneuver many times in order to be able to train it, to execute it, to apply it. And the reason why that is so is because our brain needs many repetitions. It doesn't really matter what you do, and that's actually the reason why you minimize in Jeet Kune Do on the most important things, and you throw away all that crap that doesn't work, and you just focus on that. So I just want to change something. Give me a second. I want to change my earphone input so I can hear myself, because when you can't hear yourself talking through the headphones, it sounds really terrible. So there I am now. So now I can hear myself, and I don't have to yell, right? So that's actually what he had here, among other things. So then it's an interesting one. Something done in Santo was telling about JKD. That's this one. So what he said then in Santo on why Bruce created Jeet Kune Do, on why Inosanto himself created JKD concepts out of guilty complex, and why he talked Kali and telling it's a JKD. So apparently other people are talking about this about Inosanto. So Del Pollard, he's a long-time private student of Inosanto, and on when and why he created JKD concepts, and why it has nothing to do with Jeet Kune Do. That's the second pick. So I have to take the second pick. So the first pick is why Inosanto created JKD and why he taught Kali. So, and he says these are not legitimate schools, I guess legitimate JKD schools, and he says no, they are not. Taki said if you don't come out, everybody else will be using it. You better bring it out. So I didn't even use the term. I used the term Chinese boxing. I never advertise it. In fact, in most situations, I don't teach under Jeet Kune Do. I teach it under Kali. I use that. So I'm not on a guilt trip. Bruce said, I would be very disappointed if you use it to commercialize it. Okay, and I remember that. So it's okay for my student to do it, but not me, because I promised him that at the time. So that's basically what I heard, and what many people say, that Inosanto actually promised. He promised Bruce not to teach JKD commercially. And so check music lower for me, so you can have it louder. I don't need it that loud. So which one was it? That one. So that's basically, okay, so when you think about Jeet Kune Do concepts, so all these different Jeet Kune Do schools, that's actually commercial teaching, and giving all the seminars about Kali, Silat and FMA and stuff. So that's what he makes money with, but not with Jeet Kune Do. And as he said, he promised Bruce not to teach it, and he didn't. But people mistake this, what he's teaching, as JKD, or as a kind of JKD concept, an idea of JKD, of Bruce's idea, philosophical idea, or whatever, just because Santo knew him, okay? Or he didn't make it really clear what he was teaching there, or what he was not teaching. Then he said in sports science, it is a fact you need circa 10,000 reps of a specific movement. No, that's not really true. What they say, what sports science says, you need 10,000 hours to put the 10,000 hours to put in something to get really efficient or good at it, because 10,000 reps is really not enough. You need more than 10,000 reps, and you can do 10,000 reps in really like 5 days if you want, and that's far less than 10,000 hours. So that's a little bit different. Pierre says, as you said, it was promised Dan had with Bruce not to teach JKD commercial, and also Linda and Shannon would sue him for using the term Jeet Kune Do without paying them royalties. I'm not sure about that, because many people are using JKD. I think the sue stuff was about something different, about using maybe Bruce, his name, Bruce Lee, because the term Jeet Kune Do is not protected. There's no like patent or anything on this. You cannot protect the martial arts name, like you cannot protect karate or something. So let's say, what's the second picture? So the second picture he says here, Del Pollard, long-time private student of Inosanto, on when Inosanto created JKD concepts, and that it has nothing to do with Jeet Kune Do. So the story goes, Dan was not interested in teaching Bruce Jeet Kune Do. That's also my impression. He was not in. The thing is, I really believe, if that's true, that he wasn't interested in teaching Jeet Kune Do people, is because you cannot really make money with that. Okay, so the martial art is pretty narrow. You have a few things you have to do all over and all over again in order to get really proficient at that, and also people don't want to learn that. The most people want to do variety of martial arts, of techniques, of movements, or the students. So when you teach them like 100 different techniques or 100 different even movements or different styles, whatever, so they have a feeling that they know a lot and they could apply a lot, which is actually the opposite. So Dan concluded that Kali shared some of the moves and values with JKD, and that is when Dan coined the term JKD concepts. In JKDC, Dan could teach and promote Kali, Silat, etc. Because it sort of shared a general idea or concepts found in Jeet Kune Do, which I disagree. So it doesn't. Okay, I don't know if you take all these exercises from Kali, so they are pretty much indirect. Okay, like Hubad and stuff like this. So it's very much often like Wing Chun. So you do plenty of movements before you actually attack the targets. So I miss directness and simplicity in this art, so that's not the core. The core of Jeet Kune Do is simplicity, directness, and efficiency are non-classical. Okay. Again, quoting Del Pollard, there's no Jeet Kune Do in Jeet Kune Do concepts. Okay. In part due to the popularity of JKD concepts in general public, it may feel that JKD can be anything you want it to be. So here's the thing. when you say JKD can be anything that you want it to be, then you can teach anything at JKD, and then you don't need actually any qualification. You don't need to put hard work in the actual martial art, and you can just be a unqualified person that didn't really learn JKD or even any other martial art. And you can, in this sense, JKD wouldn't be a martial art. It would be like the term martial art, okay? Because martial art is not a specific way of fighting. It's just martial art. So people mistake or mispromote JKD being actual the like mother term of martial arts. Because but that's nonsense. What's there to discover or to develop for Bruce? Because Bruce did discover stuff and developed stuff. And at the end of the day, Bruce, what did you discover? Well, I discovered you can do anything you want, and it's Jeet Kune Do. You know, does this make any sense to you guys? So, I don't think so. So the third point is Tim Tackett says he learned from magazine article about fictitious theory that Jeet Kune Do was composed of 27 different styles. Well, on Inosanto's Academy webpage, it was written. I don't know what the article because I read it there. I don't know if it's still up, but it was actually like Jeet Kune Do contains techniques from 27 different martial arts. So the first seminar ever on JKD was at the old Rocky Mountain camps. Please recall Dan Inosanto conversation with you, Larry Hassel, before the camp began. So Tim Tackett says, the camp was in Aspen, blah blah, doesn't really matter where it was. Dan talked Shurki's machine. Oh man, this picture is so small. Okay, so I take a screenshot, right? And then I can then zoom in. There you go. So that's far better. So the camp was the Aspen Academy in Colorado. Dan taught JKD and Kali there. The first year, the second year of the camp, Dan made Sharky's machine, whatever that is. I don't know what it is, okay? So Alfonso taught the first 4-week session and I taught the second. The reason I was chosen was that I was full-time school teacher and I had the summer off. All the other guys had full-time jobs, you know, like me. So the next year, Jay Amando, who was at the Aspen camp, started the California Martial Arts Academy. Then taught Kali. There, while Hartzell and I taught Jeet Kune Do. He told us to teach the Jeet Kune Do as he wanted Bruce's art to be taught, but made the promise to Bruce not to teach JKD to just anybody who walked in the door. At a camp like that, we had no control over who took the class, so Dan told Larry and I to teach JKD session as we hadn't made that promise to Bruce. But there was a number of things that we were not allowed to show, so he also insisted that we have Amando put Jun Fan and not JKD on any certificate given out. After that, it was the same at the Smoky Mountain camp. So I read in a magazine, it was and it was news to me. So what he was reading that Jeet Kune Do consists of 26 or 27 martial arts. So I need another screenshot. There you go. So another confusing aspect is that Dan Inosanto has started the Lee had 3 arts. Did you? Wait a second, man. What the hell? So did you ever heard this before? And if not, why do you think such a statement was ever made? Are Junfang Kung Fu or Tao of Kung Fu and Jeet Kune Do nothing more than names that Lee used throughout his evolution? And Tim Tackett says, all the time I was talking, what I was talking was called Jeet Kune Do. All the time I was taking it, okay? So I never heard it called anything else until Inosanto started the Junfan classes in the Kali Academy. So basically, all the Junfan Jeet Kune Do stuff, or Junfan Junfan classes, or what was it, Tao of Kung Fu, or Junfan Kung Fu, he never heard before in relation to JKD probably. So it's really terrible reading this here from the phone. Even I have a S22 Ultra, right? It's a big phone. So let's go back to screenshot. So the Chris Kent admitting it was wrong what he talked that Jeet Kune Do is flowing from one art to another. So this is another typical Jeet Kune Do concepts idea. So you you fight, and you go from one art to another. Let's say you bridge the gap with a kick, and then you get blocked, and then you trap, and you remove the trap, and then you back fist, and then you do few boxing shots, and then you go down and you tackle the guy, and you do all this, you know. How do people actually think how a fight works, right? You want to hit the guy. You don't want to dance through the guy. So so let's see, where's my screenshot? My wife is yelling at the kids again. So I was wrong and I admit it. So Chris Kent says in the book I co-authored with Tim Tackett Junfan Jeet Kune Do, the textbook, which was originally published in 1988 and then republished in 2008 and retitled Jeet Kune Do. The textbook he wrote that in Jeet Kune Do one should have the ability to flow from one art to another, and then listed several photographic sequences and examples, such flowing from JKD hook kick to Thai elbow to Silat sweep and stuff. Okay. Personally, and I cannot and would not speak for Tim, I now believe this is to be incorrect and that it can lead to misconceptions regarding what Jeet Kune Do is about. My intention was to ask it to be removed from the reprinted version of the book, but it did not happen. Okay. It's basically what we are telling all the time, all along. So that's basically what our best friend, the best friend of this channel, Little Rhino, right, is teaching. And you can see some of his videos where he says, yeah, well, you now do Taekwondo, then now you do Wing Chun, then now you do boxing, and now you do Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Okay? You can teach that way, but it's nothing to do. It has nothing to do with Jeet Kune Do. So, okay. That's basically it about that. So, what is this? Dan Inosanto, an individual cannot learn the principles root of Jeet Kune Do through the accumulation of many different styles. Sorry, man. For that, I would like to be like singer trying to improve his voice by accumulating many songs. Rather, it's by understanding the roots of the problem. And who said that? Inosanto, 1969, before Bruce died. Okay. So he said that before Bruce died. Interesting. So all these JKD concepts guys who think that JKD concepts is actually Jeet Kune Do, what do you say actually about that? Mr. Rhino, what do you say about that? I guess so. Nothing. Nothing. So here Sifu Ted Wong corrects common mistakes in Jeet Kune Do. I know these videos. Here he is showing, I know this video because he is showing the rear straight and how actually corkscrew is better to punch with a corkscrew instead of like this. Okay, you can punch any angle, okay, but this is like the most natural. Okay. So then the next one. So Danny Inosanto even though he met Bruce in 1964, he started to learn from Bruce in 66 and was before Bruce created JKD and learned from Bruce till 1970 irregularly. Okay, since he was learning and studying and teaching also at Ed Parker's school. So he basically trained with Bruce and he trained also other stuff parallel to this. And Ted was a private student from 67 to 73. Well, I think, you know, in the period where Bruce went to Hong Kong, all the training just went away. Also with anybody, because Bruce really didn't teach, and I don't think even that he trained. While he was doing movies, I don't think he trained a lot, because making movies consumes a lot of time. So, okay. That's basically... So Danilo Santo met Bruce 64 and started studying with him in 66. When Fox brought Lee to LA on hold for Green Hornet, Bruce had 7 or 8 months to wait. 7 or 8 months to wait. It started out on a friendships thing. It was his idea just to get a bunch of guys together and train, said Dan. Bruce's idea. They practiced Junfang Kung Fu and Wing Chun oriented style, since Jeet Kune Do was not formalized until 1968. So the first, I heard that the first time Bruce used the name Jeet Kune Do was 67, but this could also be late 67. And the actual training, and he actually started to train people in Jeet Kune Do was 68. So if you think about that, 68 is pretty late. Okay, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, and dead. Just 6 years. Okay. According to Dino Santo, it was only a stand-in for Mr. Lee at the demonstration in California. It was not until the last month of 66 that Mr. Lee was available for actual instruction in Junfan style of Chinese Kung Fu. Mr. Lee formalized JKD in 68 and left the US for China in 70. Oh, he basically, you see, like 2 years, he talked like people maybe 2 years Jeet Kune Do before he went to Hong Kong and back to Hong Kong. And all the years before, all these guys who you know as Bruce Lee's original students, most of them just learned Wing Chun or modified Wing Chun, never Jeet Kune Do. That's probably one of the main reasons people mistake Jeet Kune Do for actual Wing Chun, because most of Bruce's students actually did that. When he returned in 1971, he closed the Jeet Kune Do school and gave Mr. Inosanto verbal permission to teach only have 6 students, even 6 students. That's nothing more than a group leader. That's not an instructor. So Bruce didn't make a single one instructor in Jeet Kune Do. So guys, okay, because some say there are only 3 instructors in Jeet Kune Do. These are ranks. Hi Robert. And so Tackett now teaches original JKDs, as does the crab. Well, I don't know, man. When I watch the videos. So. Dennis said, does it mean it's more important for people to get amused by many things instead of being good? Yeah, instead of being good and really get better at one specific thing. At that, I think that's like martial arts specific phenomena, because if you want to be like you want to learn to drive a car. But not just to drive a car, but to drive a car fast around the circuit, okay? And then you have to learn, you learn to drive, you learn how to go fast in corners, When are the breaking points? When do you accelerate out of a corner? And you learn basically how to drive the car fast. But you don't go like, oh, I want to learn to be a Formula 1 driver, I want to learn to be a GT driver, and I want to learn to be a good rally driver and everything at once, right? So, but in martial arts, especially since MMA, oh, the people want to do different martial arts, but if you really watch MMA, you just see that they only have a few kicks and few punches, and it's mostly kickboxing, okay? And then they grapple according to rules, okay? And that's it. There's no 25 different martial arts in MMA. Why was Dan Inosanto Bruce's highest ranked student, or was he? Who knows? I mean, Bruce died very young. Did Bruce know that he's gonna die so young? If Bruce lived another 20 years, you know, who knows who would be and how high certified. So doesn't really matter at that point then. So Bruce, he closed his schools in 1971, which I can see the point, you know, when you develop a different martial art and then you have still schools running that actually teach old stuff. I would close them as well. The reason he started once is because people take the things that are taught in the schools as gospel, is exactly that. That's why. So imagine he has his school running in Seattle, and he teaches like non-classical kung fu, I mean modified Wing Chun, and then he develops himself further, and then he discovers new things and that they walk better, like then makes Jeet Kune Do out of it, and then what you do with the guys who trained all the time in that school, modified Wing Chun, you go now there and you tell to them, okay, we're gonna change the training like 180 degrees, and the people are gonna say, oh man, I mean, we train all this and we thought this is like the gospel true, and now you're changing things. There's no point running school at this moment. And he is right. That's why you would close the schools. Okay? But that's exactly the reason that all these concepts guys, they take like Wing Chun as the gospel's truth, or they think Jeet Kune Do is Wing Chun 2.0, which is not. Okay. Robert says, speaking of learning, because there's only so many reps one can do before our muscles start to burn, does working on the non-dominant side help dominant side improve? Well, you can test this for yourself. We have tons of experience on that stuff, because I've trained both sides, and I have trained one side for a time and then both sides and everything. So usually when you train only one side, to some degree you learned to apply the movement also with the other side, and of course not as efficient. Okay, so doing the same movement with both sides. Let's say you train the straight lead, right side forward, then you do your so many reps, and then you get tired, and then okay, I'm now going to do the next 100 reps with my left, and then I go back to my right. You're essentially slowing down the progress of your right, okay, but not as much as if you would not train the left at all, okay, if that makes sense, I guess. So what we have done for a while, when we started to train under Tommy, so he told us, okay, train your strong side and do your, like, I don't know, 50,000 reps or something. I'm just picking the number out of thin air. And then when you have done enough reps with your right, then you switch to your left, and now you train 60% of the punches with your left, like left stand forwards, and 40% with your right. So you build up your left side, okay, and then you tune the left side down after a while to 50-50, okay. So left side 50 and the right side 50. So weak side forward 50% of the training and right side forward for the. I guess you can do that if you really train on the professional level. I mean, when you train a lot, like 6 times a week. But if you like train only 1-2 times a week and you train only like 1-2 hours a week, then just stick to your strong side forward and train your left punches, only the punches you will do with your left hand when you are strong side forward, okay? Which I do most of the time. I really don't do a straight lead with my left, very rarely. But I practice back fist with my left, with the left stance forwards, because the back fist is more common technique for the left side. You're standing like here, and the opponent comes from your left or from behind, then you turn, and you basically use your left back fist as a lead hand. You turned, okay? So. Sun, hi Sun. If you need Muay Thai, elbows and knees, trapping, counter trapping, grappling and wrestling, most of the time you're doing something wrong. You are too close to the opponent, yes. You can eye jab the guy, that's it. I mean, elbows, you can use elbows, but in the moment where the elbow technique is actually the most direct. We have covered this in the last streams, and I have done also videos about elbows in Jeet Kune Do. So, applying Jeet Kune Do in cage fight. Okay, that would be essentially kickboxing. Who better to turn the Ted Wong to man who claim was Bruce Lee's #1 disciple? Okay, so that's Black Belt magazine. I want some. Okay, this is some. The essence of fighting is the art of moving at the right time. Quote taken by Bruce from Edwin Hazlitt's book in boxing. Yeah. So the aftermath of Wong Jackman fight was that Bruce started to work on his mobility and better footwork. So he started to modify the fighting stance, footwork, improving stamina, and research for better, as he says, more scientific way of punching. So what is a scientific way of punching? So scientific way of punching is when you punch that you generate the highest power you can from there where your hand is. So I'm not talking about, you know, like exaggerating the punch and punching way from behind where you can generate a lot of power, but you cannot punch anybody with that because it's far too telegraphing. So where you can punch powerful and involve footwork and body weight, and you involve body weight by your footwork and weight shifting and everything, which is basically what boxing does. At the same time, not telegraphing. That's the most important thing, because anybody can punch hard if they telegraph like 1 mile before they punch. Okay. And that's everything that Wing Chun doesn't have. Wing Chun is maybe not telegraphing, okay, but it has weak punches. Oh, look at the marks. He's talking, he's bashing a martial art. So who cares? I mean, that's the weak point of martial art. What is the weak point of Aikido? It doesn't have any punches at all. Now, do I bash Aikido now? So, yo, these guys are snowflakes, really. You can't even you point out their facts and they cry you're bashing a martial art or a person or whatever. They are really snowflakes. So, that the fight with Wong Jackman was the reason Lee quit and later repudiated the Wing Chun style. It was confirmed by Lee himself in an interview with the Black Belt magazine. So let's read this. I'd gotten into a fight in San Francisco, a reference no doubt to the Bay Area rather than the city, with a Kung Fu cat, and after a brief encounter, the son of a bee started to run. I chased him like a fool, kept punching him behind his head and back. Soon my fists began to swell from my hitting his hard head. Then I realized Wing Chun was not too practical and began to alter my way of fighting. Okay. Do I need to say more about that? Okay, then he has here a bunch stuff about footwork and how you apply footwork. So, interesting read from the other lineage. Fundamental misperceptions on Jeet Kune Do by Chris Kent. Jeet Kune Do was simply Bruce Lee's very personal expression in martial art, therefore only he could do it. Yeah, you can. This is so stupid argument. I mean, it's like you say, Karate Shotokan is personal expression of Funakoshi, and therefore only Funakoshi can do it. It's so stupid. Some people claim that Jeet Kune Do was Lee's very personal expression of martial arts and therefore no one else can really do it. This is false. The fact is that Bruce did believe other people could learn and do JKD. If he didn't, why did he teach it? Both to his private and also group classes and LA school and his backyard. Okay. So, the only reason you would use this argument is when you teach something that is not Jeet Kune Do, but you call it Jeet Kune Do. And then you say, well, only Bruce could do Jeet Kune Do, so that's why we don't do here Jeet Kune Do, but please pay me money, because I tell you I teach you Jeet Kune Do. Nevertheless. That's essentially what it is. Okay. So, oh, this is technical foundation of Jeet Kune Do. Ted Thomas interview. So, oh, is this Bruce Lee interview? Unless they are, oh yeah, that's it. This, we have talked about this also a few times on our live stream. So the technical foundation of Jeet Kune Do is the study and understanding of the mechanics of the human body, right? So that's it. So there's the most effective way to jump, to swim, to run, and this applies also to punches, kicks with maximum strengthness, power, economy of movement. This part is important. Economy of movement, which means, okay, not to telegraph is a very, very important part of this, because you can punch and kick hard, but not be very economical. You know, you just put a lot of energy, you exaggerate, you run like 10 yards and you punch the guy. This is going to be hard, but it's not economical, okay? So, and then Bruce, unless they are human beings with 3 arms or 4 legs, unless we have another group of beings on the earth that are structurally different from us, there can be no different form of fighting. If you want to fight, if you want to use the human body on the scientific level, okay? So the important thing is how can we use them to the maximum. In terms of paths, they can be used in straight and curved line, up and down and round. They might be slow, but depending on the circumstances, sometimes they might not be slow. And in terms of legs, you can kick up straight. Same thing, right? Physically, you have to ask yourself, how can I be so very well coordinated? Well, that means you have to be an athlete, use jogging and all those basic routines, I would say, okay, right? And after all that, you ask yourself, how can you honestly express yourself at that moment and being yourself when you punch and you really want to punch, not trying to punch because you want to avoid getting hit, but you really be in with the express yourself, okay? So unfortunately, many of these people who build the whole JKD definition on Bruce Lee's quote taken out of the context, so this expression yourself is taken out of the context because the people just ignore this part, okay? And they just use the second one. Yeah, okay. To make their own argument. So they copy moves of their favorite masters from the internet who they try to follow, since they didn't have any actual proper training under qualified instructors, so they have to so they don't have proper understanding of JKD and technical philosophical point of view. That's the thing. Okay, so that's how you have all these fake instructors, and they have read they have maybe read the Tao of Jeet Kune Do book, and they think they can teach the stuff. I want to go to this. Is this from the Bruce Lee Foundation? Is this from the Bruce Lee Foundation? This one. Oh, that's Bruce Lee Foundation, yes. So Bruce Lee Foundation, so that's Bruce Lee Foundation is run by Bruce Lee family. So what do they say about that? So I heard Jeet Kune Do is a is mixture of the 26 different martial arts. Can you tell me what 26 styles it is comprised of? So people talk about making Jeet Kune Do your own and about personal evolution in Jeet Kune Do. From what I understand, you make it your own by adding more techniques from others' arts that work well for you. Is that right? So that's basically a nutshell explanation of Jeet Kune Do concepts, okay? So what I say about that, so Bruce Lee Foundation. Bruce Lee himself was quoted as saying that Jeet Kune Do is not a style. What did he mean by that? Is Jeet Kune Do a philosophy? These are still questions. Is Jeet Kune Do a philosophy that you can apply in any kind of martial art, or is it an art all its own? How does it differ from mixed martial arts, and are they the same thing? What does using no way as way having no limitations mean? Bruce Lee give out 3 different certificates. Where are these certificates in 3 different? Where these certificates in 3 different arts? What were the 3 different certificates for? And then, no, you don't make up your own Jeet Kune Do. This line of thinking presupposes, I don't know this word, that Bruce Lee's contribution to the martial arts was purely philosophical and not physical, no physical structure, which basically many Jeet Kune Do concepts guys claim. Bruce Lee's art has a definite set of physical techniques that are deeply entrenched and philosophical principles. It is through the continued practice of these techniques and principles that one continues to improve, discover, and deepen their understanding of Jeet Kune Do, and thereby make it their own. Okay? After all, essential to Junfan Jeet Kune Do are the principles of simplicity and directness, in which connotes refinement rather than accumulation. Okay guys, so here's the thing. If you do your research, it's really everything is out there, okay? Everything is out there, a part of how you actually learn and train these techniques. For this you need an instructor, but for this you also need a qualified instructor, okay? And these are very, very rare in Jeet Kune Do world. That's really the problem. And I can really tell you what Ted Wong said one to Tommy. Tommy said to Ted Wong, hey, we should actually we should start an organization where we teach proper Jeet Kune Do, and where we can clarify the art, and where we can qualify people to teach Jeet Kune Do. And Ted Wong said to Tommy, you should do that. And that's how actually Tommy started the IFO. And Tommy started the IFO before Ted died, okay? So he started this was the idea about making group leaders, and then apprentice instructors and intermediate instructors, and then eventually full instructors. So you have a group of people all over the world keeping this art alive. Okay, that's actually the idea how I4 started and was all about, and still is, right? And that's why Tommy is really so strict about what is being talked, how it is being talked, and that it really follows the principles of Jeet Kune Do, and that it stays on the path and doesn't go right and left and becomes some kind of second Jeet Kune Do concepts and stuff. The problem with this is it's really hard to make money with that, because that's the nature of the art, okay? And also the second problem is the most people who think they know Jeet Kune Do, they have a totally wrong picture about Jeet Kune Do, which is essentially this one, right? This is the wrong picture they have about Jeet Kune Do, but the real Jeet Kune Do is this one, okay? So guys, I'm gonna make a little break, and I'm gonna come back. So I'm back. I'm back. Come with me if you want to live. Okay. So I need something to drink because I'm thirsty. I'm just gonna answer your questions just in a moment. So there's another one. This one we had already on our stream. This is the letter Bruce wrote to Jerry Poteet when Jerry Poteet wanted to mix Jeet Kune Do with Kempo Karate. And Bruce was against mixing it. Yeah, right, like it's written here. According to the founder of Jeet Kune Do himself, when person mixes JKD with a different martial art or vice versa, it cannot be named Jeet Kune anymore. Okay, so Jeet Kune Do is 6, and Y is the style you really represent, the guy who wants to mix. To represent and teach Y, one should drill its members or the students according to the Y, okay, according to Wing Chun or according to whatever. The same is with anyone who is qualified and has been approved to represent X, okay. To justify their interfusing X and Y is basically denying of Y, but still calling it Y. A man, as you put it, is one who is noble to stick to the road he has chosen. A garden of roses will yield roses, and garden of violets will yield violets. Okay. Also here, nothing new. So I think there was another post of him. Something about, oh, this is a rare picture actually. Bruce doing a straight lead. You can see here the foot. You know, the punch lands before the foot lands. Okay, so the most of the body weight doesn't go into the ground, but in the punch. Same here with the Ted Wong, and same here with these two guys at the picture. Okay. So you call it a free point landing. You land with this hand, then you land with this, and then eventually you land again with the rear leg. So this is another. I think this is another Bruce Lee Foundation. Yes, Bruce Lee Foundation. So I wanted to go for this one. The good thing is we can see the whole letters. So here, if you're looking for a Jeet Kune Do coach instructor, please check the benefit tips. So what should you look for in an instructor? It can be difficult to find Jeet Kune Do instructor, and when one does, how do they know they have found a good one? That's really difficult. After all, the Jeet Kune Do world has been confused by people wanting to cash in on Bruce Lee's name. So even this is on the Bruce Lee Foundation. And remember, the Tommy Karutas, he demonstrated twice Jeet Kune Do in front of people for the Bruce Lee Foundation. So just to be clear, so anyone doubt he is qualified, Bruce Lee Foundation actually asked him twice to do a JKD demo, which you can at least one you can see in the internet. So after all, so by people who wanting to cash on Bruce Lee's name, debates over concepts versus original, and question about whether Jeet Kune Do is even an art or whether it is just really MMA with a helping handful of philosophy. Because of the confusion. Where is it? Okay, there you go. So because of the confusion, it has been difficult to put together a list of instructors that meet all necessary criteria, especially when there is such a debate over what that criteria is. We at the Bruce Lee Foundation are working to bring clarity to these issues over the time, but in the meantime we have provided some guidelines to those who are seeking JKD instructions, so that you may be able to discern for yourself whether an instructor you have found is a good or is basically not good. So I think they gave up on this. So the discussion on what makes a good instructor does not include a list of core techniques. We suggest that to be sure you're getting the best technical instruction you can, you purchase and refer the books written by Bruce Lee or delivered directly from his writings. So, right, fighting method books, John Little books, to best discern yourself if your instructor seems to know the basics. About the basics, about the people who claim they teach Jeet Kune Do and attack us. Let's watch their basics. You can make a comedy of that. So I mean Jeet Kune Do basics, yeah. Where are we? Okay. Also in the Bruce Lee Foundation, the Bruce Lee Foundation will be putting together a curriculum manual for publication next year, so please check back for information about that. So that never happened. Okay. We feel that there are several different types of qualities Jeet Kune Do instructors should possess. Okay, lineage is right. So from who did he learn? Core techniques, right? Philosophical context, simplicity, directness, blah blah. Physical fitness. Okay. Okay, lineage. What lineage do you have? Let's say the Black Rhino. What lineage does he have? He has no lineage whatsoever. Okay. He is not certified under any instructor that is actually certified under any instructor. Self-appointed guys. Core techniques. What are core techniques? Black Rhino's core techniques. Wing Chun. Basically trapping. Okay, all day long. Philosophical content. We have read it before. Mixing different styles. Okay. Does your instructor know the basic philosophical tenets of Bruce Lee, and how can he explain them clearly and well? Can he relate these philosophies directly to the physical techniques? Okay. Simplicity, directness, economy of motion. How do you execute these techniques? How do you apply these techniques? Okay. Can you show? Can you demonstrate these? Okay. And then can he teach those to the detail? Okay. Physical fitness. Black Rhinos physics. We don't even have to start with that. Okay. So I take him just an example because he is our biggest fan. So what do we have here? To change with change is the changeless state. Okay. So I think Jeet Kune Do is not boxing, right? Of course it's not boxing. It's related a lot to boxing, according to punching. Okay. True mastery. Okay, so I think that should be it. Going through Mike's channel, he has provided a lot of more information, so I encourage you going there and just read that stuff. Just go and read that stuff. So what channel are we looking at? So you can oh, that's the wrong one. So you can here see that. You see this here? Okay, do you see that? That's the channel. Okay. So his community tab, he's posting all the times some stuff from John Little books or Bruce Lee Foundation or whatever. Okay. So, and he's putting a lot of work in this, because this is work. Trust me, you have to go all through all the pages, you have to do the photographs, you have to upload them and that stuff, you know. I rather sit here and talk about this in the stream because it is much easier, so I'm too lazy for that. Okay, guys? He's doing really a good job, okay? About providing these facts, historical facts. There you go. Wait a second. So I wanna move my webcam here. What's better? This one? This one? Like this. Okay. So let's see. Sun said just because Bruce researched lots of arts doesn't mean he used them all. Well, he did read books, okay. Which you can research about Jeet Kune Do by reading this material, okay. So you would know what it is essentially, what the real philosophy on this is and stuff, okay. But you still need somebody to teach you, okay. Eddie Roman, I'm watching via delay by the Sharky Machine. Sharky Machine was a movie in 1981 starring Burt Reynolds. Inosanto had a small role in the movie. Okay, thank you for that. Interesting. Burt Reynolds, he was one of the favorite actors of my mother. So that makes sense. Robert Van Darf says, thank you. My deltoids burn with so many reps. I don't want just to passively rest. So, Robert, when you do your reps and your shoulder burns, right? So you can switch to different exercise, okay? You can do like 100 reps with lead, and then you kick 100 kicks with lead, and then you get back with the with your lead hand. So you switch from leg to so you don't rest a lot. Instead of, like resting, doing nothing, you rest this muscle, but you're using your legs for kicking, for example. So you can do more reps in a shorter amount of time. So what I do usually, when I kick and punch, I do usually 5-minute rounds. And I kick for 5, I punch for 5 minutes, then I kick for 5 minutes, then I punch for 5 minutes, then I kick for 5 minutes. And you train like for 30 minutes like that, or 40 minutes. It's you can do plenty of reps in that time. 1,000, over 1,000, yeah. So Carpe Diem, MMA, adaptability in all ranges, add dirt, scenario training, weapons, defense, multiple opponents, foundation. Yeah, well, if you would do that, then MMA would strip down to the most important and most effective techniques. Tony Blower, continuous protection, enabling accelerated response, closest weapon, closest target, principal, blender, banana, ballistics, microfight, okay. I don't know this guy. Bruce Lee says Rhino released a video where he explains the XY ladder. Well, he's going probably to turn it upside down. It's like in the movie. What movie was that? I don't know. Where they had a vinyl plate with the songs, and when you play it normally, you have the music on it, but when you when you turn it backwards, then you hear the devil talking, and that's what he's going to do. He's going to read it backwards probably. Count Frincula, don't start with the fitness of Happy Hippo. Dan Heskey, hello, what channel are we looking at? Okay, so we have clarified that already. Kimura, who only knew Jun Fan? Concepts from Inosanto, that's it. Axel says. I mean Taki, he basically did modified stuff. Wing Chun, right? He does a lot of this reference trapping stuff. Dan Seski, dankeschön. You're welcome. SAS SS90. Why do Jeet Kune Do stances different than MMA, Muay Thai, and Karate and Taekwondo? Simple. Rules. Okay. So I'm gonna explain you. Okay. Let's try this one. So let's go here. Okay, so let's say a stance from the front. Okay, so when you look at at your opponent. Okay, so let's go if I can. Okay, that's thick enough. So you have your opponent, you're facing your opponent, and he's looking at you, okay, like this. And these are his eyes, okay, and he's laughing dirty at you, okay. So now, imagine he has his body. He has his body like this, okay. Pretty square forward, and he has one leg here, okay. Okay, and he has one leg here forward. Let's say like this here, and that's the back leg, okay. And then one arm is like here. Let's so here. So let's say one fist is here, and other fist is here. Okay, and the arms are like connected to here, and the arms are like connected to here. Okay, so one fist is here, one fist is here, and one leg is here, one leg is here, and now you're facing him. So, okay, and let's say this is a karate guy, maybe, okay. If he's a boxer guy, he would have his hands different, okay, it doesn't really matter. So now you have, in Jeet Kune Do, you have main targets. So this is one main target, okay. This is these are another main targets, and then you have here other main targets, okay. So, and when somebody stands like this, okay, and he wants to punch you with this one and wants to punch you with this one, he's going to step here, or he's going to step here slightly, okay, or when he uses other, maybe he wants to step here. What happens is, even in his stance not moving, this area is completely opened. So you could just counter just by kicking here, okay? And you just countered his any of his attacks, okay? But in sport, of course, you're not allowed to count there, so you don't have to be worried about getting kicked between the legs. So you can afford the stance like this. Okay, where you say, okay, I'm gonna move more sideways and use hooks, okay, and punching the guy. So I can stand like this, no problem. Okay, but in Jeet Kune Do, okay, so in Jeet Kune Do, you would use your when you have your face here, okay. So here, now you have here, okay. Then you stand also a little bit narrower, so you're not as wide opened, okay. Then you would have one leg like here, okay. And you would have another leg like there behind, okay. So like here, okay. Okay. So, and this would be like. Here, 1, 2, let's see, 1, 2, 3. This is the hand, so it goes like this, okay. Here, one hand here, and this fist is going to face you, and so we're gonna here connect this like this, so something like this, okay. So you would stand like this, okay, because you want to have your stance here closed, so you can't get just like easily kicked in the nuts. This is left side forward because I just draw it like this, but it should be like the right side forward, the strong side forward. And so now you use this foot is closer to your opponent, this hand is closer to your opponent. These are your main attacking weapons, and you would move like a fencer, you know, like in this direction the fastest. But the moment you would move offside, while you move, you would switch to more like stance like this while you're moving, okay? But when you move to the opponent and away from the opponent, you have this kind of structure, okay? If that makes sense, okay? So that's how this all comes about, okay? Okay, don't save. So you can see that's how this works, okay? That it has its purpose. You don't just do it because of sake of doing so. You do it because it has its purpose, it has its function. You have to protect yourself, but at the same time you have to be able to attack. And that's how the idea is about having a fencing stance that it correlates so good with protecting your groin is more or less a coincidence, I would say. Because with the fighting stance, you can move the fastest toward your opponent and away of your opponent, okay? But when your stance is more opened, then you can move better to the side. So Jeet Kune Do has both. In long or mid-range, you're more fencing structure, but the moment you step to the side, of course you have to open your stance. So you leave this fencing structure and you punch at the same time, or maybe even kick at the same time. While doing that, okay? So, now I'm going to tell you a story that I forgot last time. Is what happened. It's like 14-ish years ago. Is where guys claimed they were instructors under Ted Wong in Germany, and it came out it wasn't true. And this is a really complicated story, and it's amazing that you have this kind of guys you have all the time. Let's dim the light here a little bit. So that's better. You have this kind of guys you have all the time. For some reason in Jeet Kune Do, I don't know if that's in other martial arts, but I never heard something like this in karate or Muay Thai or whatever. Okay, so we need the light because of the green screen in behind. So otherwise it starts to shimmer. So Axel says it's more efficient, explosive. Ever notice how all MMA people move the same way? But even if you look at the MMA people, when they start to move forward and backwards, they switch more to a JKD type of footwork, because that's natural movement. Okay, that's how you would move naturally. Do you know any boxer or MMA guy who discovered the push shuffle? And hand before foot principle, not really. I think in theory boxing has hand before foot principle as well. I'm not sure. But push shuffle as done in Jeet Kune Do, you can't find it in. You don't find it. You just have basically step and slide in other martial arts. But this kind of push shuffle, how the mechanics of the pushing of the rear leg is unique in Jeet Kune Do. So even modern fencing doesn't use this anymore. I don't know if Aldo Nadi had this foot mechanics. The Aldo Nadi was proposing the raised heel in Jeet Kune Do, in fencing, right? So would one say that highest endgame of Jeet Kune Do is to become the best they can be physically, or for the practitioner to become fully self-actualized on spiritual and moral level? I would say the highest goal in Jeet Kune Do is to be able to defend yourself as quickly and as efficient as possible. That's the highest goal. Okay. So, okay, let's go back to this guy. So the story starts like this. The old forum on Tommy's page, like 2007 or 8. I think it was 2007 or maybe even earlier, but I started to go to Tommy's forum like 2006 or 7. And I know that I took the online lessons 2007, and I was long before the online lessons started, I was on his forum. I guess I was on his forum in 2006 already. So it's almost 20 years, guys. So, and Tommy had 2 group leaders later on, two nice guys, both from London. And eventually they started to teach under Tommy. Now they're not teaching anymore because, you know, for most people it's really hard, you know, to afford the money. You have constantly to travel and to go to seminars. You pay money for the seminars, you pay money for hotels and everything, basically to teach you know, like 2-3 guys, which financially is really not sustainable. So most people really a lot of people stop to teach it at some point, you know. If you're lucky and you have a really good job, you can afford this, you can do that. But you know, to pay all this with your teaching, okay, doesn't really work. So nevertheless, we were on Tommy's forum, and Tommy was you know, everybody knew Tommy then pretty fresh, new from his JKD demos, you know, this German seminar he did, where he showed some quickly punching and footwork and everything. And so then there were these two guys, okay, they were new on the forum, and they asked Tommy on the forum. Those two guys told me personally the story, okay, so I know the story firsthand. And they told me, they asked Tommy on the forum, so everybody could read that. They asked him if he could give them private lessons. So they would travel to Glasgow from London, and they would love to take private lessons for him. And Tommy says, well, sure, you can come. Okay, no problem. Then, apparently, at some, you know, these guys, they are just amazing. There was another guy on the forum, he was reading that, and he contacted the two guys. And he basically said to them, hey guys, I can teach you the same stuff Tommy teaches you. Tommy teach, would you? He said to them, I can teach you the same stuff Tommy would teach you, but for less money. So that's what he said to them. And naive they were, they said, okay, how can we do that? And he said then, well, I live in Germany. There was a German guy. I have a big story about that guy. That was a German guy, and he said, you can bring me to London and I'm going to teach you. And so they did. Okay, so they brought him to London, and he showed them. He gave him private lesson, okay, got paid, and he went back. So, and they showed me a picture. They made a picture of this training. So that was one of the homes of the two guys, and you can see the German guy sitting in the chair, you know, like Yip Man sitting in the chair, and those two guys, one on the left, one on the right, just like, you know, these Sifu student pictures, which is so laughable. Okay, it's really laughable. So basically, what they did, they took private lessons from him, and I don't know if I think they didn't even go to Tommy. So I discovered this story later on, after knowing that guy who was teaching them, who told them, who was telling them he could teach them the same like Tommy, just for less money. Okay, who was this guy? So this guy was basically a student from another Jeet Kune Do guys from Germany, who these guys claimed they were instructors under Ted Wong. We're gonna call these guys, there were two guys, two brothers, we're gonna call these guys Blues Brothers, okay? So when I say Blues Brothers, I refer to these two guys who were teaching the guy, I'm gonna call the guy, what name I'm gonna give him here for the stream. So we have the Blues Brothers who claim they were instructors under, they were the only instructors under Ted Wong in Germany, and they had a student. The student, his name, I'm gonna call him Big Guy. I'm gonna just call him big guy. So the big guy, he contacted these two guys, guys who wanted to learn from Tommy. The big guy contacted them. He said, I can teach you the same like Tommy, just for less money. And the big guy was a student of the Blues Brothers who claimed they were instructors under Ted Wong. So, and when the Blues, we discovered that the Blues Brothers claimed that, I contacted Tommy. I said, hey, I don't know if it was me. I said to him, these Blues Brothers here, they claim they are instructors under Ted Wong in Germany. Then Tommy contacted Ted Wong, asked him, hey, there are two guys, they claim they are instructors in Germany. And Ted said, I have no instructors in Germany. It's funny. How can you lie about something and you think it's not going to come out? So, then, on that German forum, we wrote, well, Ted Wong claims you are not instructors under them, so that, under him. So that's not true. And then they claimed Ted Wong would lie. And they would have a video from the instructor test they did to become instructors under Ted. And they're gonna release this video. This was like 2008 or something, or 7 even. Spoilers, we have now 223. We are still waiting for this proof video. They never released that video. Why they never released that video? Because it doesn't exist. There's no such a video. So basically they claimed they are instructor under Ted Wong, and they had this student who claimed to the two other guys he could teach the same like Tommy, just for less money. And they brought him to London, and he showed them probably crap, and then he went back and cashed some money in. Okay, and the same guy, the big guy, we're gonna call the big guy. We're gonna call him the big guy, okay, who cashed in. The same guy wrote like few years before that on a forum, on the forum, in German forum, because he used the same account, right? He wrote a question to guys, like general question to the forum users. Hey guys, is Jeet Kune Do actually a protected term? Can you just open a JKD school if you want? So that was like 2001 or something. So he already planned to, and he said also he's training karate. He's a karate guy. He wants to open a Jeet Kune Do school. Could he have some legal problems because of that? So this guy, like back in 2001, his idea was to just open a JKD school, just unqualified, just like that. Later on, he gave private classes to guys in London, also just unqualified, and was student of two guys who claimed they were instructors under Ted Wong, who never made them instructors. He just did one seminar for them, and they claimed they had a proof video how Ted Wong made them instructor, and they would release it. This is now 16 years ago, and they never released any video. Few years later, just to tell you, just to spoil you, they said all this situation was a misunderstanding. And this is the type of guys we have to deal all the time with. Okay, so, and the big guy, the student of the Blues Brothers, okay, the supposed Ted Wong instructors, the big guy, there's a continuous story with this guy. We had the dispute with this guy in the forum, back and forth, and he did attend a seminar, Tommy's seminar in Germany once, and he was there. And there's also, he has a picture with Tommy as well. You know, all these guys, they are like, I have seen this hundreds of times. Hey Sifu, can I please make a picture with you? And then the instructor comes, yeah sure, come. And then they make the picture with him Tommy or with Inosanto and with you know, and they oh, thank you very much, Sifu, thank you very much. And then they post these pictures with them and the instructors from the seminar all over the pages, all over the YouTube, and before every video they post these pictures, how they make a picture with a seminar instructor, right? I have met Ted Wong, and I have met Jesse Glover, and I have met Tommy so many times, and I have very few pictures with Tommy, and I have just one picture with Ted Wong, and I did not make any picture with Jesse. And you can see any pictures of me with these guys except on my local web page in Frankfurt where I teach Jeet Kune Do. There's just there you can see me with Tommy and with Ted Wong. You don't see any of these pictures because I don't try to prove my qualification by pictures, by posting pictures. I think I show my qualification by showing the way I teach. Okay. So let's get back to the big guy. So the big guy, he ripped these guys in London off. Okay. He claimed he can teach the same stuff with like Tommy, just for less money. And then we before that we had the dispute with him on the German forum. You know, he was claiming just same stuff. Chinese boxing, Wing Chun trapping, Jeet Kune Do is a lot of trapping and all the stuff and everything. And we were discussing with him, me and the other guy from Switzerland. We were very active on this forum. That's why I don't discuss with people online anymore, because I have done this for years. And guys, Axel, I can tell you, it doesn't make any sense. It's not gonna bring you a millimeter forward, because these people just don't want they don't want the truth. They just don't want, they want to stay in the game. That's the whole purpose of this. They know that they are wrong, but they don't know other people to know it. It's just like plain politics. So, and we were discussing with the big guy back and forth about what Jeet Kune Do is, like basically same what we do on this channel with some people sometimes. And then at some point the wife, or at that point the ex-wife of the big guy, she contacted a guy of us about him. He told us a story about him, which was basically, so the big guy, who was the student of the Blues Brothers who claimed they were instructors of Ted Wong, which was not true. So the whole lineage is wrong. So the big guy, he had a wife, and she told us she was in the military. She was a professional soldier, okay, and most of the time she wasn't home. And what the big guy did, he didn't really work or something, I'm not really sure. He did just travel. So because we were criticizing him and the Blues Brothers, his instructors, probably all the time, so he wanted to get qualified and get certified by other people than the Blues Brothers. So he went to Tim Tackett. He went to Gary Dill and he gets certified there. He got certified by Tim Tackett, and eventually he got even certified by Bob Landers, so one student of Ted Wong. And you know, like they just I don't know, these people just hand out certificates, so I don't know. So he is now like qualified to teach Jeet Kune Do. What she told us then is that anytime he went to a seminar, he came back and discovered Jeet Kune Do new. And she did before that, she did read the stuff we were writing about Jeet Kune Do and everything. And she said, well, we were also a bunch of idiots who didn't really know what Jeet Kune Do is. But at the end of the day, she saw that we were right, because every time when he came back from a seminar, he discovered Jeet Kune Do new, and oh, we have to change the teaching now. When he went to Tim Tackett, well, this is the Jeet Kune Do. When he went to Gary Deal, well, now this is the Jeet Kune Do. Then when he went to a few Ted Wong seminars, oh, now this is the original Jeet Kune Do. And all the time, and he never stuck to his claims before, to claims he did actually before. He never stuck to those. And at some point, she... Wait a second. Wait just a second. So I'm back. At one point, there was a dispute between him and his wife. She came... Wait a second. Just wait a second. That's... So they had a dispute, and she said she went on, I guess she went back from the army every weekend to home, and one time she got home and she couldn't go in with the key. So he changed the door locks. She couldn't get in. Okay, and that's how they divorced. Whatever, okay, they split, divorced eventually, and then she told us the story how he went to seminars and how he discovered the Jeet Kune Do every time new, and eventually he ended up with Ted Wong Jeet Kune Do. Okay, so that's the big. And now you see, oh, these are the same characters. These guys. So at first the Blues Brothers, they made him instructor, and then he ripped off. Two guys claiming he could teach the same. He knew all. He said basically, he really literally said he knows all Jeet Kune Do. He can teach them the same, like Tommy. And then he had dispute with us, and we exposed him. Basically, we exposed his instructors who claimed they were instructors under Tommy. So he had to travel to all those different instructors and get certified by them. And eventually he tried to keep out his wife because she was paying all the travels. She was paying him all the travels, and he was promising her, well, we're gonna make it, and when I all know this, I'm gonna teach, we're gonna make a lot of money and everything. And then eventually, because this doesn't work out, of course, guys, you can't make a lot of money with this shit. They split, and then she told us the story. So he claimed at the beginning, he knew all the Jeet Kune Do. He can teach these guys the same as Tommy, just for less money. And then later on, when he went to seminars, after every seminar, he discovered Jeet Kune Do new. How is this possible if you say you know all the Jeet Kune Do? Because these are the type of guys we have. We get attacked by, and we have to handle all the time, because Jeet Kune Do, for some reason, it's like magnetic for all the frauds, all the idiots you have in the martial arts. I really don't know how is this possible. So that's the one story, man. That's really, that story went over a few years with this guy, the big, how did I call him? The big guy. Right, big dude. So let's see. What do we have here? Dan says somebody would maybe say some easy drawings were done here, but I think it was greatly described in fast way how it works. I must go here more often. First time here on stream, great to watch and listen. Hey Dan, how did you discover us? Did you discover my videos and then you came by, or did somebody tell you? Thanks, oh, he's not here anymore. I got to go to bed, have a night shift. Okay, so sleep well. So Bruce Lee, is Jeet Kune Do a copyright protected brand though? No, it is not. Okay. I saw countless gyms where they use Jeet Kune Do name. Yes. It's not protected. So now you can't protect a martial art. There's no way you can protect you can protect one. Bruce Lee's Jeet Kune Do. When you are Bruce Lee, you could say, okay, I'm Thomas Marks. I say Thomas Marks Jeet Kune Do. So you cannot use my name in front of Jeet Kune Do. But a Jeet Kune Do's term, you cannot protect that. Fabian, hey Fabian, how are you, man? I remember that guy from Germany years ago, and what happened with the two guys from London? Is the German guy still teaching? So Fabian remembers that because that was the time. Because Fabian and me, like we started about the same time with Tommy. Yes, he's still teaching. It's like he's just 20 miles away from me or something, you know. Blues Brothers, great story. Yes, these guys are amazing. And even like the last seminar I did for Tommy, one of them contacted me. No, not one of them, but one of their friends, because they didn't dare to contact me. They told him, hey, can you contact Thomas and ask him if he can come also to the seminar? And I said no. I mean, you're kidding me, right? You're making yourself instructor on the TED where you are not, and then I'm gonna let you to Tommy's seminar, and then you're gonna claim you're Tommy's instructor after Tommy has passed away, maybe in 10 or 20 years or something. You're gonna do the same shit again? I mean, Tommy is young, but just, you know, what's gonna stop them doing this? If Tommy's not, let's say Tommy's not around anymore, and they just pop out and say, yeah, well, Tommy made us instructors as well. That's why we have this official list. I put this official list with Tommy's people on this, so nobody can just come and claim their instructor under Tommy. How can a JKD guy survive from low kicks like Muay Thai? Use footwork. Okay, so you don't get kicked, or you intercept. You kicked in the nuts. You eye jab. Okay. So. Okay, you kick you side kick the knee. It's far efficient than side kicking the thigh. Fabian, it's amazing how someone like that with nothing to offer is still teaching all this. Oh, I mean, his webpage is still up. How the teaching goes, who knows? Okay, that's the question. So then I have another story. So then another story is also very funny because it's kind of weird. When my Instagram channel blew up, right? So I have over 100,000 subs there. A lot of people started contacting me. Oh, I love your videos and blah blah blah. And then, you know, sometimes I reply, sometimes I don't reply. And there was a guy. He did contact me, and I replied, and he's constantly asked me questions. And then he asked me about this in Jeet Kune Do, and asked me about that in Jeet Kune Do, and then asked me and sending me some videos and what do you think about that and what do you think about this, and this went over months. And then like months later on the road, this is like maybe 1 or 2 months ago, he sent me a video where you can see a kind. I have seen that video before. He sent me that. I knew that video, but I haven't seen it for years. And then he sent me that video, and what do you think of this? This guy won the fight by eye jab, but it wasn't the eye jab. They did grapple, and then one guy just went into the eye and he won. And I watched the video just for a few seconds because, oh, I know this video, and I saw, yeah, it's nice, but it took him too long because they were really grappling for a while on the ground before he did that. So he could have actually do this immediately. And then he replied to me, "Are you stupid or what?" I said, "What the hell is now going on?" I said, "You're asking me a question, I give you an answer, and you're asking me questions and you're sending me videos for months now, and now you're calling me stupid." And then he said, "Well, he clearly won the fight by the eye jab, and you say like it wasn't effective enough." I said I didn't say it wasn't effective. I just said it took him too long. And I was so pissed, I just blocked him. Okay, because what the hell, man? I mean, you're asking me about Jeet Kune Do since months, and now you're talking to me like this, disrespectful. I just blocked him. And the funny thing is, A day later, I went back to his account and his account was deleted. This account was no more. So this guy basically, he made probably completely new account just to contact me, to ask me tons of questions about Jeet Kune Do and stuff. And then he got rude, and when I blocked him, he deleted his account. So the whole purpose of this account was actually just to contact me. What? I mean, what are these guys? Must have been some concepts guy. So, Axel, Fabian is the guy in the videos with you. No, Fabian is Tommy's instructor in London. Is he in London? In England, definitely in England. That's a different Fabian. The other Fabian is a student of mine. Roland, hi Roland Diaz. Wow, what? UMMA Fight Camp said Jeet Kune Do is perfect for initial attack, but not for anything after that. False, BS, you know. You have all techniques in Jeet Kune Do. You need hooks, punches, kicks, footwork. Okay. So, I don't even know who that is. So. Okay. So, I think we're gonna go to our best friend now, and we're gonna look at the history of our best friend and how he started to attack us, plus his dispute with Mike and his claims him being in Europe or in Germany. You know who I'm talking about. This is this guy. So let's watch this, guys. This guy has more videos about me than about himself. Okay, so how did this all start? So let's go to his first video. So he actually started doing videos like a year before. Okay, then like this video is a year old. This video is 9 months old. It took him a while until he probably discovered me. So then you have here all these videos, you know, and then at some point he discovered me. He may change something because I'm pretty sure he made a video with me earlier, because this one was there. Ah, he started something with he just only does this stupid kinds of videos. Where's a picture of mine? The first picture of mine. Ah, there you go. So this is the ISO. So here's like 4 months ago, and there must be he must have done a video including myself even earlier, before that. Chisao is out. Okay, this is also referring to my videos or my live streams. So this is far earlier. So about a half a year ago, he started to refer me in his videos, and maybe even go to the shorts, because the shorts, he's got far more shorts. Here's one short of myself. Okay, then you have here another one about me. Then you have here another one about me, and then here another one about me. One guy told me then that he actually deleted a lot of community posts about attacking me, so that it would look like I attack him all the time. Okay, so basically what happened? He started to comment on my videos, and he started to to talk about trapping and stuff. You know, trapping, you know, is, you know, the JKD is trapping, you don't know to trap, and then sparring. You don't spar, you don't even do, you know, because we show in our videos, we show most of the time applications of techniques, and I explain techniques, and I don't show my own training, right? Although I have videos of my own training, which is really not true. And then he posted, he commented on my videos constantly, and then I just at one point I just blocked him. So, and then he started on his community tab. Okay, his community tab all the time, posting, attacking us all the time. I'm not sure if you're gonna see all this. A lot of the stuff he did actually delete. So Axel Stone, he is attacking Axel Stone because Axel Stone is so pissed about him. Axel Stone, here's me again. He is, well, Thomas just discovered this, but no need charge people membership. Oh, so here we have a new members. So I'm promoting members videos, so that's a problem. That's apparently a problem for him. Okay, but no need to charge membership fees for this information when it's been online for years now. Okay, nice. So he is watching constantly our channel and posting. When I post something, he posts that on his channel, and then afterwards he deletes that, because you can see that here on my channel, and that's here. Here a guy said, so where did so let's say the comments, the newest ones, was that Dennis? What is Dennis? Here Dennis said, Dennis, it was you, Dennis, right? He said he even deleted recently many of his disrespectful posts, so it really looks like he is the one who gets attacked by others. Hope you can clarify things in the upcoming stream, which we try to do now. Unfortunately, I can't be there on time because of my works. So no problem. So Dennis was that, okay? But what we're gonna do now, because he has deleted a lot of his stuff, we're gonna go back to Michael. Okay, we're gonna look something. Wait a sec. The quality videos of his. That's the quality. Look at this quality punching, quality kicking. That's amazing. That's amazing. Yeah. Same here. I don't know if when he watches himself, does he actually think he's great? What do you think, guys? Does he actually think he's great? Can he be deluded that much? So we have to go to Mike's page, because Mike did keep everything else up. Man. So where is Mike? Mike's video. One of Mike's. I just need one video. Come on, YouTube. Are you kidding me? There you go. So let's go here. So we have to scroll down, far down, far down, far down, far down. I hope he did keep this all up. Ah, yeah, that's interesting one. For the story, Bruce Lee, Dragon the Bruce Lee story. Ted Wong was actually the one who was planned to teach Jason Scott Lee for the movie, and then they they kicked that one out, and JKD took over. So I guess there was some kind of, you know, who knows who better. So Bruce Lee Foundation. Let's go way back to the Black Rhino dispute. That's pretty much down. Ah, there you go. Is it? So, there you go. Okay, so let's start here. So the thing is, how this went. So the Black Rhino guy, he attacked us all the time, and he you know, he basically claims the Jeet Kune Do, that Jeet Kune Do is not the Jeet Kune Do. You know, like we saw at the beginning of the stream, all the proofs what Jeet Kune Do actually is, what even Bruce Lee Foundation says, and that's not what Black Rhino claims, or people who do actually Jeet Kune Do concepts think that it is. Okay, and same like his teacher Emil, he's also not qualified. This is same like the Blues Brothers. Okay, these guys just, you know, they go to seminars, they make pictures, and then they just claim instructor. All same story, different faces. So, and then at some point, the Black Rhino guy was all around. I want to spar you. I want to spar you. I'm gonna spar you. I'm gonna with rules. And then I said, well, if you're so horny to spar me, you have to pay 10K fee. Then you can come here. You give me money, we spar. And then he snowflaked. Oh, I'm putting in wall money, and as if he was serious about coming to Europe and to Germany to actually spar Michael, because Michael, he told him you can come, you can spar, and then he found another excuses, like he wanted him to make a kind of contract, sparring contract, everything, and then blah blah. But the thing is that this was all fake. He never intended to come. This was all just using this to win Jeet Kune Do argument. So he wants to look me or Michael weak. Oh, we are afraid of him. We're gonna lose sparring, and it's going to show how our Jeet Kune Do is actually not Jeet Kune Do. Something along these lines, okay? And then he claimed he was in Germany. And then I told him, if you're in Germany, can you please post a picture of yourself being in Germany? Because what he posted a picture on his community tab, which is now not there anymore. And he took the picture from Google Street View. And Pierre, the Kung Fu guy here, he pointed this out to me. He said, why is he posting a picture from Google Street View and not from his mobile phone? And I wrote this to him, and he said to me, then he sent a picture of him in some weird clothes, middle of nowhere, in front of forest or something. And I said, well, this can be anywhere. This doesn't have to be Germany. If you're in Germany, just post a picture of yourself being in Germany in front of a newspaper with the date or something that you're actually here. And then what he did, he posted actually here this one, this like ticket, his ticket to Frankfurt, okay. But what and I said to Mike, he's posting stuff, he's posting pictures that are fake. He's taking pictures from German streets from Google Street View, and Mike looked, I guess he looked more into it, and he discovered this one. So that just to set things straight, Howard, that's the Black Rhino guy, so lied he booked flights to Europe and Germany and threw sparring challenges, but in fact he got scared and generated his flight ticket on a web page for fake dummy flight tickets. And published them as proof of his trip. Check the design matches the page, including Flitfix name in the upper left corner. This is this. You can see it in the boarding card. It comes from this page. Plus, there's no company like Flitfix, New Worlds, and this and his flight duration from London to Milan. It's Milan. London via Milan to Frankfurt would take 10 hours. Okay, so this can take 10 hours unless you wait for the flight like 5-6 hours. His whole trip was like the hoax all the time. Example of hypocrisy at its finest. And then Mike says, I'm not going to continue any online discussions with this guy anymore. So, because you see what this guy does. So he tries, he's desperate to prove that we are wrong about Jeet Kune Do. But you have to disprove Bruce Lee and Bruce Lee Foundation and all these guys who actually trained with Inosanto and even Inosanto himself. You have to disprove himself and them to disprove us. And because he can't, he does games like this. I'm gonna spar you, and then he fakes his flight to London or to Germany. I can't even post a single picture of him being on the airport in Germany, in Frankfurt, because he wasn't there. It's just all fake, and that's the reason I'm gonna tell you now, guys. And Axel, listen to me. This is the last time we're gonna address this idiot and this guy in this live stream. And this guy is not even worth a thing that you throw down the toilet, okay? Because these guys I have seen for years, multiple guys. It's just all the same. They're just like the big guy, the same like the Blues Brothers, and now this guy. This is the same. It's the same character. It's the same type of guy, just different face. Okay, so there's a little bit more. So I said he's a lunatic. Now he's deleting everything on his page where I exposed him. He couldn't post a single pic of his trip. That's gonna be nice live stream next time, this stream, okay? So oh no, oh no. Okay. You have to scroll down because YouTube, fix your YouTube, there's it. So what's the next one? So that's the ticket thing again. So then you can see here the dispute between Mike and between Black Rhino, but it's really pointless to address everything because the Black Rhino guys is really fake in any sense that you can possibly think of. He fakes his travel to Europe. Maybe he was in England, I don't know, but he as far as I know, he didn't post any picture of him being there. He definitely couldn't post a picture of him being in Frankfurt. And then I said, okay, if you're here, I'm gonna drop the 10k fee. You just come, we spar, we record that, the sparring session, and then we put it on YouTube afterwards. And in that week where he supposedly was here. And I had my class Wednesday, I had my class Friday. Of course, he wasn't there. How can he be? Because he was in South Africa still. And he couldn't post a single pic of him being in Germany, despite him claiming being here. So there's really no way or no logical reason why to talk about this guy anymore. He's going to he's going to post when I post a short, when I post something on the community tab, when I post anything, he's going to post this on his little community tab, and he's going to cry, and he's going to whine, and he's going to still try to make look as bad as if anyone watches actually his channel. So therefore, bye bye. By the way, Black Reno, you can use that logo for your school that I made for you for free. Still, I have an updated version. Wait a second. So you can use this. This is my my present for you. So for the last time, there you go. So I'm gonna show you this. You can have it. This is for you. You can take this. A little bit updated. I made your hair a little bit better, and I added this true words about what you teach: complicated, indirect, inefficient, and using no senses way. Maybe it would be even better saying using no senses sense, because using no way is way, using no senses sense, but it's really using no senses way. So the last time I mentioned this guy on this channel. There you go. So okay, let's read some questions. Dennis here. Are you here? How are you here? Nice. Okay. So okay. So Axel says seems in good shape, so we'll probably be fine. I don't know what was that referred to. So Mr. SSSS 90, Mr. Thomas, I saw most of the people on the YouTube don't put Jeet Kune Do into the top tier martial arts list. They only put it to C tier. What makes other martial arts better than Jeet Kune Do as other things? Because there are very few people who do actually Jeet Kune Do properly. That's the problem. So the Jeet Kune Do is very poorly represented. That's the reason. So yeah, Bruce developed martial arts that was only good for the first attack. How does that make any sense? Yeah. The fat snake. Bruce Lee Reno is a very intelligent manipulator. He interprets things in the wrong way on purpose to change the narrative, yet deflects anything said to him. Yeah, I mean, nothing new. That's the whole concepts lineage is like that. Like just ignoring the facts. So, but I'm here fortunately more early. Okay, Dennis, nice. Choo hoof jig tag. yeah, choo hoof jig tag. You mean the short? Yeah, I know. Yeah, I'm amazing. Oh, so, wait. I wanna watch another one. I wanna watch another one with you because I didn't see it yet. He did a video about using a front lead and hook kick, front kick. Where is he? Where is he? There is he. So the is that the why? Conceptual schools. Wait a sec. Is that? I think this one. Okay, so wait a sec.
One, two. As I throw this here, when you slip on the inside. One, and then throw that out. Very close range, so I'm just going to go with full cover here.
Oh my god.
Muay Thai, and they use Thai boxing and that flow.
You see? Yeah, you use Thai boxing from there. So you don't know how to continue, how to actually use Jeet Kune Do, then you use Muay Thai.
One, two.
Oh, that's... Look at this front kick, man. That's the elegance in person.
One, and then throw that out. Very close range, so Muay Thai, and they use Thai boxing from there. Flow from art to art, depending on the range. Not every art has the answer for all ranges. 1, 2, straight lead. Uh-oh, he's on the inside. I'm not going to get out of this. If he had thrown it, 2, straight lead. Uh-oh, he's on the inside. I'm not going to get out of this. If he had thrown across...
Just to give you a tip, you use a half beat. Okay, if you use a half beat, you can move. You can move after your lead punch. Okay, in any direction. Supposedly you know what half beat is.
Instead, he had slipped, and I'd thrown across instead. Now I would bob and weave. I stay in a boxing format.
Now he stays in the boxing format. So otherwise he would switch to Muay Thai format. Yeah, I'm probably is going to come Wing Chun format as well.
I've thrown 1, 2 straight lead. That has failed me. Since he's on the inside. Okay, what we call Lloyd. So he's on the inside. So he's throwing a Lloyd out here. I'm going to do full cover. I'm not going to try and get out of the way. I'm not going to try and duck in cover or sway back since he's on the inside.
I would like to see all that in full speed.
Already. I'm not in this position where I can easily talk my way out of it with a bob and weave. In boxing range, I'm going now closer to the clinch range because he's at the advantage now in boxing. My knees into my elbows, here, up here, Muay Thai, elbows here. Or Filipino boxing. Okay. 1, 2, straight knee, oops, cover, hit, simultaneous. Okay? Then I'm going to wipe across this side, and I can throw a knee, bang.
Yeah. If you cannot use all this, like shown in full speed sparring session, you can't use it at all. You can use it only if the guy in yellow is a half-dead zombie. Okay, so this... Okay, so this guy, really amazing. Amazing martial artist. Amazing martial artist. So let's give it a little bit the music. There's another one guy I wanted to talk about. Oh my god. So there we have to go to Axel's page. Axel. Give me Axel. I need one comment of yours so I can go to your channel. Oh, can I do this here? I want to, yeah, there you go. There's Axel. Oh. There's Axel. Okay, so now we go to Axel's page, and he told me about a guy. There's a guy who comments all the time on Reno's videos. He's got, is it here? Fuck me, man. Okay, it's not here anymore. So, basically, there's a guy who comments on Rhino's video all the time. That's a guy from Brazil. So he is a student of another Brazilian Jeet Kune Do instructor, and he attacks us. He like partners up with Rhino and attacks us all the time in his comments. And I was wondering, why is this guy? This guy used actually to comment on my videos as well. And at one point, I don't know what it was, he got mad at me. I guess I didn't give him the recognition he wanted to have or something. And he's commenting on Rhino's community tab all the time, you know, and supporting him and everything. And then Axel, he sent me a link of a video of him where he actually offers online lessons. Man, I would really like to find this. Wait a sec. I'm gonna look for this. I'm gonna look for this. I'm gonna look for that guy. So he must comment this. Ah, there you go. And now I have you. So this is the guy. So this is the guy. Let's look at this guy. So this guy, he hates us. So that he does all the time videos like this. Oh, look how fast I am. I watched Thomas and Tommy's videos. I can do the same. You know, but body position and everything is wrong. Okay, so this guy's he hates us.
Pedi para meu irmão e aluno tentar me atingir de diversas maneiras. Isso é excelente para estimular sua percepção. Enquanto faz isso, note os meus pés. Eles não ficam estáticos. Estou sempre me movimentando.
This guy is now he is the shit. So he thinks he is the shit. He hates us and everything. And then he does this video. And then he does this video. Like, oh man. So just if you want to do one arm push-ups on 2 fingers, you have to place your fingers like this and not like this. Okay, so don't do them like this. Okay, not like this. Bruce did them like this actually. Okay, so now look at this video. Oh, he is okay now. He copies Bruce's movements, basically, and then Jeet Kune Do online program. Look at this. And now he offers online lessons. He's gonna offer online lessons. Imagine actually taking lessons from this guy. I mean, amazing. I mean, it's only you have only this stuff. You have only in Jeet Kune Do, and it's no wonder he pairs up with Rhino, because that's the same type of character. He does self-talk, looks Bruce Lee, copies movements, and now he's going to teach Jeet Kune Do. Oh my god. Amazing. This is amazing. What's happened? What happened to this martial art? This is really amazing. Oh. So let's read some stuff from you guys. Bruce Lee, Reno tried. Oh, give me some music. Give me a little bit music. Little bit music. Little bit more. There you go. So, it's a little bit too loud. No, is it? I'll go a little bit down. There you go. So, he tried to mislead people and accuse Axel of being racist. Yes, because Axel said he probably couldn't find a girl, so he had to leave the country. And then he claimed Axel would be some kind of racist because of the heritage of his wife. Doesn't make really any sense. So then his image of himself must be a different from reality, absolutely. So, and once discussed principles and Jeet Kune Do history stuff with Dennis says, I once discussed principles and Jeet Kune Do history stuff with Rhino in his comment section, but he tried to debunk me, call me a punk student, and want to know where I live. At that moment, I don't write him again. So, Sisto, because he cannot argue, then he wants to attack people. Why does he want to know where you live? Does he want to come to spar you and fake a flight? So, doesn't make any sense. I think that guy has some personal psychological issues. That's what I think as well. He was asking for Michael's wife name. What the F? Yes. I know, I remember that. I remember that. So Axel says, Bruce Lee, yes, it does. He does that a lot, but anyone can see how he edits information and try to make the. Yeah. Also this one. So you can see that how he made that short, but he made it like Also misleading edit. Okay, so let's go to him. Misleading. That was a misleading edit. So this one. Watch this. Okay. Oh, here. Pause that one. So you see here. Protect the fighters. Just for everybody. Everybody who has idea to write me that he wants to spar me, it costs 10k. Come to me and spar me. It just costs 10,000 euro. You see, so how he edited that. So because I was referring to him. It's 10 grand. Yeah, I mean, if you want to spar and you pay me 10k, all day long. Huh? Okay. Of course, if I jab you, I need just one. You're finished. So now he copied my impression. What does he think? He thinks, oh, I'm gonna shake because somebody is going to pay me 10k, man, all day long, man. Come here, pay me 10k. Of course. You go there and you eye jab the guy, and that this is added with the eye jab from a totally different. Kill him with the eye jab, man. You can eye jab through the brain. That's why, man, a real Jeet Kune is really hard to beat because as you see how he had it. This guy is a total jackass. When I saw that, I had to laugh. Yeah, Black Reno, come on. Fake your flight again. Man, he's an idiot. Absolutely. Yeah. So, let's go with the music again. Okay, so you see, that's why how you said he tries to manipulate everybody, and how he was editing. Where was it? Yes, he does that a lot, but he edits information and tries to make other people look bad. He's a twisted person. Yeah, that's a perfect example. Perfect example of this little how you say this? How you say this in German? Yeah, a little wretch. Okay, I didn't know that word. So Axel on his family's farm apparently. You mean the picture he sent, claiming being in Germany in front of nowhere, where it can be actually every place on this planet? So that's all his channel consists of now, yeah. Bruce Lee, to be honest, 3 years ago, before I discovered Tommy, I also thought Wing Chun is the best thing ever. I mean, just Google Wing Chun against boxing, against MMA or whatever. I mean, you can punch an untrained person with any kind of punch. If the other person really doesn't do anything, you can use everything. Even an untrained guy can punch, okay? So, but being effective and efficient and everything, okay? That's where many martial arts fall apart. That's so funny. Da Vinci would be proud of, yes. Bruce Lee, he still has a comment on post made by Reno 10 years ago. Who? His name is user 9303 or something like that. What's that about, Bruce Lee? Kung Fu, Thomas, I think I know which one you mean. Okay, so Bruce Lee, to answer your question, I have intermediate 2nd rank. The red patch is on my jacket. So which rank? So the rank Fabian has, my student, is the highest rank I can give him. That's the one rank before instructor rank, basically. I guess. And no, that's the rank before the group leader rank. So because all the other there's a group leader, then apprentice instructor, then intermediate, and then full instructor. These ranks gives only Tommy out. So, I wish someone lived closer to me, so I had a partner to train. Yeah. Finding a training partner in Jeet Kune Do is really hard. Is the Jeet Kune Do Brotherhood still around? Enzo asks. I think that the page is dead. The Jeet Kune Do Brotherhood web forum is pretty much dead. It was killed by Facebook, as I understood. Oh, what's the choo-choo-choo thing? What's the choo-choo-choo thing? Yeah, he likes to make those noises before G-Tech, Reno Tech. Excellently. So just posted another comment from some guy saying Jeet Kune Do is just Bruce Notes. Oh my god. I mean, Brucey, I was referring to the Lee guy. I meant 10 hours, not 10 years. Okay. What happened in Bruce? What happened is Bruce died, unfortunately. Yeah, that's the biggest problem. So, where money lies, there lies a lot of fraud. Okay, so, and that's the thing, you know, a lot of people who are not really qualified. I mean, I could have gone the same route, just training by myself, never going to Tommy, and starting just school, just from myself. Okay, just like them. Tim Tackett and Ken today teach more original form of Jeet Kune Do. I mean, go to Chris Ken's channel, look there. So, this is how this stuff works, right? So Jeet Kune Do is a mess. Is a mess for a reason. It has historical reasons. Danis Inosanto was a big part of it because of this misleading information, or people did misunderstand that. Okay, on purpose or not on purpose. But basically, before Tommy came, full force propagating original Jeet Kune Do, there was mainly a consensus that Jeet Kune Do concepts is actual Jeet Kune Do. But since the 2010s, this started a little bit to separate. So now people know what Jeet Kune Do is, or what original Jeet Kune Do is. Now even Jeet Kune Do concepts guys refer to original Jeet Kune Do. But they still think that what they're doing is actually the path the Bruce would have gone. That's how it is, yeah, and it's not gonna change really. I don't think it's gonna change ever, because there are far more unqualified people teaching Jeet Kune Do than qualified. And like I said, so the reason it's gonna stay like this is because, I mean, in order to get qualified, because there are so little. Wait a second. Because there are so little people actually being qualified teaching Jeet Kune Do. In order for people to learn Jeet Kune Do, they would have to travel, they would have to spend money, you spend money for plane tickets, you spend money for hotels, then you spend money to pay the actual instructor, then you spend money to eat there and everything, you know, and then you come back home and you teach basically two guys in a basement or something, and that's not really sustainable, right? So unfortunately, we need money to eat, we need money to live, and that's not the thing. What you cannot invest your money in something that's not gonna bring you any money back, or you know. So that's the main problem. That's eventually gonna die, and that's also the reason why martial arts that are in tournaments, that are presented to people's eyes, okay, can survive better like MMA or stuff. You could, because people see this all the time. They pay money to watch this. They pay tickets, and you know, and that's there you're gonna find far more talented people there than in something like JKD. Okay, because more people go there, and you have more people, and it's more likely that there are more talents. Okay. And this little unknown channel, okay, tries basically to do this, yeah, to to make people known to JKD known to people, you know. And then of course we get attacked all the way along, all the way during we are doing this. Because other people are probably threatened. They feel threatened that their status quo is going to disappear, you know. So if we are so bad, if our JKD is so bad, if we are, if we have no meaning, why are we attacked so much all the time? You know. So if I see a channel, if I see a guy, the guy is just crap, I just don't go there. But they're coming constantly back to us, and they're watching our videos and watching our videos all the time. So there must be a reason why they're doing this. Because if we had crappy quality, they wouldn't know that. Yeah. So Axel, I give you homework. Don't go to Reno's page for the next 30 days. Hey guys, please don't send me any. Reno did post this, Reno did post that. He said this. I don't really care, because he faked his old travel to Frankfurt in order to do what? So this guy is under our level in any possibly meaning. Axel Stone, Fabian, where are you? If you teach, I'm wondering how long it would take to how long it would take on train to train with you. Oh. So I can tell you where Fabian is. Fabian, can you write where you in? Are you located? The city you're located in. Fabian is maybe not here anymore. I may have to look. I'll go to Facebook, look at this page. Somebody sent me here. Hey, you got to talk about how Wunak being the salesman of JKD. No, I'm not gonna talk about this. We, as you can see, you know, I mean, this is people sending me all the time. What should I do in the stream? So Fabian. So Fabian is located where? Fabian is located in. Where's his groups? I guess he's not online anymore. Fabian, come on, Fabian. So. Do I see more? I don't really know the city, so I'm gonna write you that at one time when I see where he actually is located. Where, if he does even teach. I don't know if Fabian teaches. I mean, I know he works. He has a family. You know, teaching people takes you additional time. You have to travel all the time. You know, to be able to teach further and stuff. So For many people, it's not sustainable, just like financially. You know, you pay a lot of money for traveling and you know, just to teach a handful of guys. So Bruce Lee, I saw a lot of instructors on the Tommy are located in Asia. Well, I don't know if there are a few group leaders. I don't know if they're actually instructors. I will have to watch, you know. Apprentice maybe, intermediate, I don't know. So that's the thing. We want to keep Jeet Kune Do as it is, clean. The idea of Jeet Kune Do. So hey, it's a totally different thing if you don't agree with Jeet Kune Do as it is. If you understand it, you say, okay, I don't like this. But making Jeet Kune Do being something different, and then selling it that way to people, not really nice, right? Axel, don't forget the classic argument by Reno and others, you're just imitating Bruce Lee. Yeah, that's a compliment, right? Because I would rather move like Bruce than like Rhino, definitely. Gumfu, Axel's Stone, take Thomas' advice and use these 30 days to train instead. Yeah, don't go to his channel. Just don't go. I mean, he can. This guy is so important, like an asshole here. Okay, so he literally does have no use for you, for me, or for anybody else. Okay. So don't go there. Don't read the stuff he posts. It's his channel. He can post whatever he wants. So, and he's going to edit this stuff from this stream for 100%. So I don't really care. Okay, because he's an idiot, and he's gonna stay that way. Trust me, because I know these guys. I've met a lot of these guys, and online and in person. So, but most of them online, because in person they don't say anything, and then online blah, blah, blah. But when you meet them, okay. Hi John, the Brazilian guy you showed sent me an Instagram friend request. I told him to follow IFO Jeet Kune Do. I'm not the group. I told him to follow IFO Jeet Kune Do. I'm not the group leader even. He got mad, said I didn't understand Jeet Kune Do. Yeah. He now gives online lessons because he is qualified because watching Bruce Lee movies. Amazing. Imagine actually paying this guy. Yeah. So it's nice, right? So guys, I would say we're gonna end this now. It's almost a 3-hour stream, like not because I started later because I had some technical problems. I had to update OBS, and it didn't connect to YouTube because it used a different browser and it was in the background and I didn't see it. I didn't figure out why it doesn't work. Yeah, was again nice to talk to you. So like I said, this is the last time I'm gonna mention that guy, that weirdo from South Africa, and really just excellent. Trust me, just don't go there. Forget about him. Just forget about him. Because there are so many idiots. If you know, just watch every idiot, you're gonna get crazy. You're just gonna get crazy. Okay, so the bright side is that YouTube has finally a different CEO. So I heard about that. So that the former CEO, she's a female. She quit. how it's gonna be, how it's gonna change the algorithm, and what they're gonna, if they're gonna make a mainstream platform of this, because YouTube is already becoming like a lot of mainstream platform, which means it depends on corporations advertisements, which can be problematic, you know, because then you wanna keep the interests of corporations instead of actually interests of people. But that's a subject. That's another subject, not really related to Jeet Kune Do. Let's see how it's gonna affect. It can also be at some point. It can be that maybe it's already now like this, that YouTube algorithm doesn't like martial arts, because it used to martial art channels used to have a lot of more viewership. But like I explained in some other stream, is that, you know, martial arts is always kind connected to violence, especially if you when it comes to groin kicks and eye jabbing and everything. That it can be that well, the algorithm is not really our best friend, and that's why you're never gonna see this. You know, like 10 years ago, this channel would have by now probably more than 100,000 subs. Instead, we have 8,000, and I know there's a JKD channel. It was very successful. It did grow very well. It had like almost 400,000 subs, and then they changed the algorithm. They basically killed martial art channels, and the channel just died from now to tomorrow. It just died because viewership fell down. The videos didn't get recommended and everything. So now imagine me doing a video like I did in the past, how you actually kick people in the groin. Of course YouTube is not going to promote these videos. Yeah, so that's why I mean, YouTube is only so much plus people want us to be entertained all the time. So you want to see, you know, pretty cats, pretty dogs, little cats, little dogs, or people how they fell and they fell on their nose and it's funny or whatever. Okay, but really educational channels about Bruce's martial art or whatever, you know, it's not that interesting. So it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to predict how this gonna develop. That's why I mean the only thing I could do to maybe keep this channel sustainable, so because, you know, you can get criticized by making videos for members, but you make everything for free. At some point you're gonna stop doing this if you don't get anything in return, because it costs money, it costs time, and I mean just to post videos and not even get paid a little bit. No channel does that for a very long time. Okay, so for everyone who pays for the membership, guys, thank you very much. Okay, I very much appreciate it. So so remember, also for every payment you give, YouTube takes like 30% cut, which is pretty good. Twitch would take 50%. So let's hope we can keep continue making videos about Jeet Kune Do and about training. And so this week I didn't made any video for public, just a member video, because I didn't felt really good to make a video at that day. So that was at Friday after the class. So I said to Fabian, okay, let's scrap the video. We don't do any video today. Let's go back let's go back home. Yeah, that was the reason I didn't do any video. So because you know, when sometimes I don't really feel good to show stuff, to make stuff. Also, I'm currently on diet, so I'm losing a few kilos now, and you know, so when you're on diet, you're pretty much all the time low energy. So maybe that's also the reason. I didn't do any video 2 days ago. So guys, thanks for watching, and see you next time.